Hey, let's go. Let's cheers it on this one.
Cheers.
I owe you one. I can smell it from here. Good Lord, I can smell it from here.
All right, cheers.
You gotta go down for it. Mother. Oh. I need an adult.
Okay. Oh, I like that one though. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Burning Questions, brought to you by Zone Smelling Salts. We got Dylan Thompson here, another one of the pros here at Dungeon Strength. Couple changes that we're going to make this time. The first one being that I have just so many smelling salts now, so I'm letting the guests pick the lineup that they want to do, up to 8, but however many they're comfortable with. Dylan wants to go hard, and he picked the whole 8 salt lineup, but we have some different ones today. So
we're getting spicy.
That's our first change. Second one is that I have been called out for not doing the salts too. That was in an attempt to keep them fresher longer, but in all fairness, this is inspired by Hot Ones, and Sean Evans does eat the wings with his guests, so I will be doing the salts with my guests from now on. It's going to be a great time.
You trying to read while on these smelling salts is going to make my fucking day.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad time, but I'm excited. It'll be fun. So before we get started into the questions, Dylan, I just want to give you the floor to kind of share about yourself, your background, and just so that people know who don't know you, who you are.
I'm very irrelevant in this sport now. So background is I played college football from 2014 to 2017 at Ohio State. I say played very loosely. I was not on the field a whole lot. Had some pretty big time pros and future Hall of Famers in front of me, so I'll very gladly take that. But besides that, I got into strongman at the tail end of my college career. Just fell more in love with the weight room than the actual sport of football itself. Didn't help that I wasn't the best football player when I got to college. But the gym's always been a passion of mine. Ended up winning Strongman Corp Nats in 2022. Career kind of, I don't want to say derailed a little bit, but life definitely happened and slowly started to get back into it with my new coach. So we're going to have some fun with that. And we're going to go hurt some feelings at Rainier in about 8 weeks.
Yeah, we are. Cool. All right. So Dylan picked the lineup. We're starting not with the lightest. We're starting with the Irish cream. I'll go first.
Why do you look nervous? This is your show.
Actually, I haven't tried this one yet. I'm excited to try it. Oh, okay.
Slightly less excited. You want to read that I'll hit, or how do you want to do it?
I love it. Okay, so we'll get to Strongman, but I want to go back to the football career a little bit first. So I think it's interesting to see how people ended up here. Being a D1 football player, I assume that means that you had some sort of athletic background growing up. Did you always play football, or did you play a little bit of everything?
So believe it or not, I'm already fucking this up. Is this monetized? Oh, God.
Nah.
Okay. Oh, God, that one's actually really nice.
It's smooth.
I don't mind it. It's it definitely hits. Dude, one fun fact about me, no matter what, whenever I hit ammonia, I cry. No matter what. No matter how freaking strong or how weak it is, it's just like a tear duct reaction.
Just get a little emotional.
What was the question?
What sports you play growing up?
So believe it or not, I was a multi-sport athlete in high school, and in college, I kind of wanted to try it, but my coach wouldn't allow it. I was a way better hockey player than I was a football player.
I didn't know that about you.
Oh yeah, dude. Hockey was my jam up until I was about 12 years old. And then I had to make the choice because they both fell on the same season, and mom and dad were very adamant about, hey, it's a lot more likely to get a football scholarship than it is a hockey scholarship. Hindsight, they look back at my film, and I was a 6 foot, 150-pound defenseman when I was 12 years old. So that would have been a little bit more of a lucrative career, in my opinion.
I guess that makes sense. You're Midwest. I guess hockey's a bigger sport over there.
Huge around us.
Yeah, so at what point did you really go all in on football?
Honestly, so my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I was at backup. Was very much so. So I went to a private high school. I went to Montini Catholic, Illinois. We won 3 state championships. Of course, we lost my senior year. But my freshman and sophomore year, I was a backup, and I thought going into high school, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to beat the shit, blah, 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 blah. There were some monsters in front of me that I was not expecting. And I'm like, looking at these guys, I'm like, I'm bigger than these guys. I'm stronger than these guys. They were just way better athletes at the point in time. So I had to go to a private football training facility. Again, such privilege with my parents. Got to thank them for all of that. But they really set me up for success in the best way possible. Sorry that I kind of like tanked that. Would be nice to be making a couple million in the NFL right now, but not worth the mental health.
Ah, tough. All right. All right. Moving on to my favorite one of my favorites, blueberry pie.
Heard very popular reviews about this one.
This one's nice.
I think she's going to retract that statement.
It still smells nice. So I know, unfortunately, your football career was truncated by a knee injury, right?
Knee, shoulder, back.
Just being injured.
How long do you have?
We don't have to get into the whole rap sheet.
I'm very broken.
But obviously, you've managed to make the most of it and still be a pretty great athlete, just in a different world. So can you talk a little bit about that transition from football to strongman, and what was that process of figuring out what to do next? Give it a little shake.
That one's not that bad. Oh, there it is. Oh, that one's delayed.
Yeah.
See? Again, I'm crying like a little bitch for no reason. It's not that bad. The transition was really weird because I had been so task and goal oriented on the same thing for, I started playing football when I was 5 and I stopped playing when I was 23. So was that 18 years of being so task and goal oriented on one thing for so long. Tried powerlifting for all of 4 months and wanted to blow my brains out for all of 4 months. I'm gonna talk shit. It is the most boring fucking sport I've ever done in my entire life. And the reason that I actually got really into strongman was it was a new challenge every week almost. Granted, starting off, did not have a coach for the first 6-7 months that I did it, and was very much so self-trained. And with competitions in strongman that people often forget is like we're training for like 9 times out of 10 a different event in every single show that we do, and that's kind of like what kept me like in tune with it and want me to like keep continuing it, because like it's always changing and there's always something to get better at, always new technique to learn, and as you go on you learn more about yourself and actually how you want to pursue an event based on, oh, am I going to go balls to the wall on this one, or oh, do I need to actually like save some in the tank for the rest of the show, which took me a very long time to
strategy to it.
Yeah, it took me a really long time to figure that out, because my first 3 amateur comps, granted, I won the first 3, but they were all very much so big fish, small pond kind of things, local shows. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I can just go smoke these. Go into my first nationals in 2021 at a whopping 260 in the open heavyweight class, which was so much fucking fun when Lucas is there.
How tall?
6'6". When Lucas, 6'6", 260, 6'6", 260 is not ideal for open strongman. My dumbass registered for the open. I should have registered for 265 because I would have won the national championship for that. But going against the likes of, oh God, looking back at my first nationals, dude, Jack Plankers, Tom Evans, Lucas Hat, like all these guys are freaking. Granted, Jack would have won World's Strongest Man 3 times by now if he would have stayed healthy. Jack was a freak. But like you got Lucas, who is now at Worlds, who is coming second at the Arnold, who's coming third at Shaw. It's like, you know what? I came 12th. I'm not too mad about coming this bad at nationals.
Big year.
But no, the transition was fun. It was a constant learning experience, which was what made it so exciting, because it's like, oh, I have so much to learn every single time I step foot in the gym, as opposed to I'm going to bench and do accessories. I'm going to squat and do accessories. I'm going to deadlift and do accessories. Oh, guess what? On my day 4, I'm going to do all 3 and then do accessories. Like, no, dude.
Especially coming from football, which is a pretty like high excitement sport.
Oh, yeah. High energy. Yeah. Like,
yeah, you need that energy.
The constant moving, like the movement events in strongman, like, don't get me wrong, they're absolutely brutal, but they're my freaking favorite, just because it's like you're not standing still, and it's like a test of will.
That's your shit.
Yeah, it's a test of will. It's not a test of strength.
Yeah, cool. All right, moving on to this is a new one. We got the caramel apple. This is their Ghost Clash.
It looks like grape. Why is it purple? Caramel apple. Why is it purple?
On it.
An apple with a skull. This feels very Garden of Eden type shit.
All right. Okay.
Just stroke the furry wall. Stroke the furry wall.
All right. So obviously, football and strongman are very different sports, but obviously, there's valuable skills that you learned in your time at football that have helped your strongman career. What are some of the positive takeaways from those years that you think make you a better strongman? And are there any learned behaviors from that environment that you don't feel like carry over well to the sport?
Oh, shit. Oh, why'd that only go on the left one?
You good?
Oh wow, that one kept going. Holy shit. Oh wow. I feel like I'm on a fucking infomercial. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. The biggest carryovers I would definitely say is cardio. Like, don't get me wrong, freaking when you're playing in spring ball and like fall camp, you are getting 100+ reps of practice, and it is absolutely brutal. And the part for me that's actually been absolutely crazy is I've been able to full send so many of my sessions when it comes. God damn. Oh, I feel it in my freaking teeth. Oh yeah, we might be chilling for a little bit. Holy fuck.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull a gel. My nose bleeding.
No, you're good. I'll let you know if it is.
But no, honestly, it's been like the cardio. And the part that's been annoying is I feel like when it comes to certain sessions, and I have, God, dude, this is gonna have to get edited out. Holy crap. I look like a bitch right now.
No, we're keeping all this.
When it comes to like the cardio, I've never had an issue with cardio in a comp. Actually, now that I think about it, and I have 100%, I'll say this openly, I've half-assed so much of my cardio and prescribed training just because no matter if like with past coaches, like there's been times where I've been prescribed an endless amount of cardio, haven't done it, and absolutely murdered it in the show. And it's never been like a cardio issue. Like my lungs never like want to explode. It's more of a strength thing when it comes to like heavier loading medleys. Like don't get me wrong, like yeah, it sucks, but like bag drag, I've never ended a bag drag and like been hunched over dying.
Yeah. What's the difference between like strength endurance and like aerobic endurance?
Oh yeah, aerobic endurance I love. It's my absolute favorite. But then it gets to the point where it's like, the events are out, I can say it, like the IFSA medley at Rainier. I'm like, these are all going to be fairly heavy implements. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a strength endurance.
Different.
This is going to suck.
Yeah.
But if you want to give me a Husafel max distance, like let's have some fun.
Cool. And then anything that you don't feel like carries over well, anything learned behaviors that don't serve you.
I signed an NDA, so I got to be very careful about what I say. We can't even get into that. I would say the behaviors that don't translate well is going when you're hurt.
Yeah.
I've been told multiple times by many different athletic trainers, it is our job to get you on the field as quick as possible. So that correlated.
Not as healthy as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what really, in my opinion, I want to say that fucked my career. So my freshman year, I was about to break the 2 deep in fall camp, third day of fall camp, broke my left kneecap. Was given under the table advice to pop calcium tablets like they were M&Ms because it wasn't a full fracture. It was only the crack was only on the top of my kneecap, so it didn't go all the way through, thankfully, but still hindered a lot. Pop calcium tablets like they were M&Ms for 8 weeks. Fractured kneecap comes back in 8 weeks. Oh my God, this is insane. How did you do this? First day back at practice, shattered all the way through. The bottom half that's broke off, shattered into 1,000 pieces. Ended up totally shredding my patella tendon as well. So that turned into what could have been, if I would have just done surgery from the get-go, a 6-month recovery into an 18-month recovery. Didn't get really back to that. So I would say the definite thing is listening to your body. And also when you're not a player in college, like, and I say player, I mean like a Nick Bosa, a Joey Bosa, a Sam Hubbard, like Chase Young. When you're hurt, when you're those guys and you're hurt, you get all the time in the world. They want you coming back at 100%. When you're not starting and not bringing revenue and value into the university, you are back out there as quick as you can. Yeah. Because guess what? We need a body.
Yeah, I think that's a good lesson for Strongman because it's not like that's not an issue in our sport either.
No.
Like, people train and work through injuries stupidly all the time.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of careers be a lot shorter than they should have been because of it. Yeah.
Because it's more about the next show and not, the next show is for the, 5-10 years down the road. So, you okay?
Dude, it's like it's still hitting. We're gonna hold off on a second because I need to pull 1 hour anyway, and I can't be fucking crying while I do it.
All right, we'll go on to the next question. I won't make you do a salt for the next question.
Oh Jesus!
So, you good?
Yeah, it's like that one like fucked up. It only went in my left one, and I'm like,
I hate that. That one went in my right side.
The OCD's killing me. I'm like my right side's feeling nothing.
All right. Well, for entertainment value, I'll do the next one.
Oh, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
No, I'll have to if you don't want, but.
And get called a bitch on burning questions? Yeah, right.
I mean, that's a choice. Oh no, I think that one's should have been further down the lineup.
Quick, switch it.
What? No, we're here now. It's been open. Okay. Oh, that one was all left side. All right.
At least you evened it out.
All right, we're symmetrical again. Okay. So, getting more into your strongman career now. Obviously, winning nationals earned you your pro card.
Mhm.
So your contest opportunities open to you have changed since then. I know the next show you're doing is right here, obviously. I know because I'm your coach. In the hopes of qualifying for North Americas. But then after that, what's next? Kind of tell us what your overarching goals in this sport are. Lifetime goals.
So for the longest time, I want to get to the main stage of whether it be the Arnold, strongest man on earth. At this point, I am really just excited to have my first compact. This will be the first time I've competed in almost 2 years. Life happens, work happens. As strongmen who aren't like full-time strongmen and strong women, bills happen. Bills got to get paid first. Or you can't do anything. I'm honestly really excited to I'm getting the first competition nerves I've had since my first state championship in high school, and it's really freaking fun.
Cool. It's exciting.
You mother. I'm gonna do this to Steven. I'm not gonna do it to you because if I do it to you, you'll prescribe more cardio to me.
You picked all the steel bottles.
Yeah.
That was a choice.
Yeah, mistakes were made. Oh, you whore. Talking to Steven, I promise. Oh God. No, but I'm genuinely just excited to start competing again. If North America's happened, great. But I've seen the lineup for Rainier and it's murderers.
Dude, it's no joke.
It's up there with Shaw Open. Mm-hmm. It's murderers. Getting on the podium is going to be freaking insane. You got guys I know right now, at least from what I've heard, Zach Price and Tyler Obringer. Okay, who's coming in third on log and Viking press? It's the biggest question.
But it's a 6-event show though.
Yeah, so. Monsters.
Yeah,
and I'm honestly really excited about that because I haven't had that kind of competition level since America's Strongest Man 2023. And
years.
Granted, I guess the guy who won it's kind of good.
He's fine.
He's decent. He's kind of fat, but. Pro tip.
If you don't know, we're talking about Lucas Hatton, who also trains here.
Yeah. You've seen him in this. You've seen him in this room a lot.
Yep.
Calls it a porch at the table.
Porchish. So looking past this year, what are some goals that you have for yourself in the long run?
Honestly, just continue progressing. My biggest issue in the past has been getting to a certain level, feeling I'm the shit, and then staying at that level or decreasing because of lack of effort. And that's honestly what I think is mainly derailed my career is I get too caught up in the moment of I'm big, I'm fucking bad. I'll be the first one to fucking tell you I won nationals way too fucking early. Dude, it was my second national. I think it was my 5th comp ever. And I won nationals. That should not have happened.
There's pros and cons to that. That's cool, but there's a lot of experience that just comes with time.
Yeah. There's also a lot of shows that I just can't do now that I probably needed to do to just get more actual competition time under my belt.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that lineup, dude, I should not have won that freaking show. I give him shit about it till the end of fucking time because it's my one and only claim to fame is that I beat Lucas at nationals because of one fucking event. I didn't beat him. I didn't win nationals. Lucas lost nationals, and I'm saying that out of respect.
Lost and took second place.
Yes, for real. And it was because of one simple. He beat me on every freaking event. I didn't have an event win, and I beat him on one event, and I won, and that was it. But dude's a fucking monster. Dude should have won nationals. He should have won the fucking Arnold too. But he'll tell you the same thing. He needed those second places to be, and he said it too. He needed those. Yeah, it gives you that hunger. And I got way too cocky, way too freaking early, and it very much so shows. I'm finally back to close to where I was 2 years ago, and it's taken forever.
It's a process. So. I, on the other hand, took several years to be good. So
but you're only a multi-time world champ, right?
Only. Oh my God. That can't open a bottle. Okay. Okay. This one's gonna be strong too.
Yeah. And she goes back for more.
It's nice though.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yep.
Why'd your eyes change color?
It smelled good and then it hit. Okay. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what people do in their lives outside of strongman. because not everyone does this full time or has a
Mhm.
career center around it. I know you coach part time here at Dungeon. If you don't know that, he is part time coach here at Dungeon Strength with me.
We're evil. We're very, very
And
evil.
his football background definitely reflects in his coaching style. But I know it's not your main job. So, two-parter, what is it that you do for work currently? And what do you want to be doing in the next 10 to 15 years?
So currently I am a full-time armed security guard, and that has been, don't get me wrong, it's a blessing, but it's also a curse because obviously bills are not cheap. I got to work about 80 hours a week to pay all my bills, try to put some money away on top of training and on top of training clients. So it's definitely a balancing act. And also trying to find time for my wife at home is like, it's the biggest freaking challenge in the world, because it's like, I want to spend every waking moment with my wife. I want to be every other waking moment. I want to be in the gym, but I got to work. It's nice though, because I am in a patrol vehicle 95% of the time. So I do get to choose when I have my meals, which has been, like, in my opinion, the biggest blessing for me, being able to put on the size that I have in the last 6-7 months of like finally finding balance of like, hey, we're going to eat this, and this finally figured out something that works. Appetite's coming back. And it's all been a big learning curve. And don't get me wrong, I'll be the first one to freaking say it. When I won nationals in 2022, dude, I lived at my mom and dad's. I didn't pay rent. I worked 2 days a week, and every other moment was dedicated to the freaking gym. Like, it was so much easier. It was so much more time management was a joke. But like, being an adult, having to pay rent, having to pay all your own bills, like, it's a big learning curve. And granted, I think I was 26, 27 when I started doing all that. A little bit of a late bloomer. But I was thankful my parents gave me the opportunity to stay at home, try to put some money away. What was the rest of the question? I'm sorry. Where do I want to be?
What do you want to be next 10, 15 years?
In the next 10, 15 years, I would love to have my own training business, like, set up into a point where I'm making a full-time living doing training, because obviously that is my passion. So I was a strength and conditioning coach in 2019 and 2020 at Iowa State and at Northwestern for football. It has been my biggest passion. COVID kind of derailed that, which sucked, and they did not tell us when we were going to be able to come back. So I'm like, I need a job. I have student loans.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, a little bit of backstory on that. I lost my scholarship from my last year at Ohio State due to academics. Not a little dumb moment on my part. Depression, basic shit. I'm not going to make excuses about it. But in 3 semesters, I ended up accumulating $100,000 in debt because it was out of state.
Quickly.
Dude, I'm like, how do people do this for 4 years? That's absolutely insane.
They struggle.
But I'm like, I need a job. I got student loans to pay. So I'm like, Mom, I need help getting a job. My mom has been a construction manager at O'Hare Airport for 30 years. She goes, let me make a call. Got a call. A week later, I started a construction company pouring concrete for a living. So that is when 2021 260-pound Dylan decided, I'm going to go to nationals after pouring concrete for 7/12s every freaking day. Really strong grip. Really strong grip. Really weak everything else.
Where do you want to have your coaching business? Online, in person, out of a gym, out of your own gym?
The ultimate goal is to move to Tennessee, buy a bunch of land, and have like a big barn dominium compound type gym on my property that I can have people come and train. And it's like basically a Dungeon Strength of my own.
Sick.
But like private.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's the biggest dream of my life.
Cool. All right. Let's switch them out.
I didn't even fucking hit this one. Fuck it, I'm gonna go
That's
back.
right. Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Let's cheers it on this one.
Cheers.
I owe you one. I can smell it from here. Good Lord, I can smell it from here.
All right. Cheers.
You gotta go down for it. Mother. Oh. I need an adult.
Okay. Oh, I like that one though. Do you want this one or are you skipping it?
I'm gonna hold on to it for a second.
It's minty fresh. Okay. All right.
Like minty like menthol or minty like mint? If it's menthol, I'm not touching that.
I think it's more minty.
Okay, because menthol will make me freaking seize up. Oh, I hate that smell so much.
Okay. Maybe skip that one then. Okay, kind of a follow-up on that one. I asked AJ this one last time. I think it's an interesting one. If you won $50 million tomorrow and money was no longer an object in your life, A, what's the first thing you would buy? And then B, how would your life change?
Brutal honesty, I would pay off all my parents' debt first, and then none of y'all would ever hear from me again. Oh, I would be so off grid, dude. It would not be funny. Don't get me wrong. There's like a select few people in my life I talk to on a daily basis. You're one of them. And the other one is my mom and my wife. Besides that, dude, like, I'm out. Like, dude, and it's so shitty to say, but every day, like, just work, especially working security, I just lose in Seattle. I lose more and more faith in humanity on a daily basis. And I'm like, I do not want to be around anyone anymore. Like, it's my social battery on a daily basis is just like 1%. And I'm like, okay, cool.
That's fair.
I'm the guy where it's like, how many like, oh, that's crazies, or like, oh, that's awesome. How many times do I have to say that before you get the hint that I'm done talking?
Damn, that's crazy.
It's my wife's catchphrase. That's crazy.
No one knows what that means. It means I don't care.
It means leave me alone. Well, and she's the same way. She's a bartender. Yeah. So freaking she's sitting there and she's like, and I've sat at her work sometimes, and that's why we're so great together. It's because our social battery, like, we can read each other's facial expressions. She's sitting there, and this customer is being so sweet and so genuine. She has to fake a smile, and she'll turn around, just instant, like, total 180. I'm like, oh, there's the other personality coming out.
Yeah, I used to like drive through these tiny little towns with like 7 people and be like, how does anyone ever live here? And at this point in my life, I'm like, you know what? That sounds kind of nice.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. If I had to take $50 million, I would convince all the people I care about the most, hey, I'm going to go buy 100 acres in Tennessee. Let's start a compound.
Sick.
Put a gym in the middle, put a pool in the middle, put a bar in the middle. I don't give a shit. We're going to live off the fucking land. Stay away from all this other bullshit of society.
Dude, that doesn't sound bad.
Not at all, dude. Sounds like a freaking dream come true. God. It was mental. Oh, God. That's my last one. That one was in my mouth.
Yep. All right. Cool. I'm going to do this one because I like it.
Wow. Yeah, I fucked up by picking the canisters.
Dude, I told you.
You said it. You didn't tell me. You made it a strongly worded suggestion.
All right, I got it. Oh, my God. Why is
oh, that got 10 times spicier. Oh, my God. Oh, that's brutal.
Take a breath. All right.
Okay. Just breathe. All right. It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I'll take it for the team. I'll do the last 2.
Oh, God. You still got to train after this, too.
I do. I got deadlifts, too.
Are we going to PR together?
No, I got speed deadlifts today. Oh, I like this one. Those are my favorite.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I like that one. The root beer one. No, I'm not going to make him.
Okay, peanut gallery.
All right, another repeat because I like this one too.
Okay.
If you could design your ideal contest, 6 events that you don't think anyone could beat you at, what would they be?
Throwing bags for all 6 events.
6 different events.
Throwing bag
I'm getting snotty. That's cute.
Throwing bag for height. Throwing bag for max weight. Throwing bag for max distance. You
get one throwing bag.
Oh, that's a hard one. So I don't think I'll blatantly say that. I don't think I'm elite in any event.
Like, you don't have to win an event to win a contest.
I know. Dude. Same thing. When I won Nats, did not have anything outside the top 10, but none of them were a win by any means close.
I think most of my big wins have been without winning a single event. You just have to not suck at anything.
Didn't you win like half the fucking events at Worlds last year?
I don't really count that one. All my wins up until then. I think my other 2 wins were both without winning events.
Really?
I have to go back and look, but yeah. But it's a top 3 or 4 and everything. It's good enough.
Okay. I would go axle clean and press ladder up to 400.
Okay.
That'd be about 1. I would go I really, really would love to do, and I already talked to Lucas about it. I'm like begging him to put it in Rainier next year. I would love to do the press medley they just did at Europe's.
Oh, yeah.
That looked so. I would probably make the dumbbells 200 instead of 190, but that looked fucking sick.
Yeah. Can you explain what the medley was?
So the medley was a circus dumbbell for 2 reps into at 190. And granted, everybody else who would have looked at this show would have been like, why are these weights so light? I think, 3 people finished?
Think so.
Yeah. It was a murder show. It was a dumbbell for 2 reps at 190. The only thing I would have switched is you got to hit it with 1 each arm. As opposed to,
okay. Yeah.
Cool. Safe press at 150 kilo for 2 reps, an axle at 150 kilo for 2 reps, and a log at 150 kilo for 2 reps. I think that is a murder show, and I think that is awesome.
Because it's not super heavy, but it's a lot of reps.
Oh, you're
and
good.
a lot of different
lungs are bleeding at that
and
point.
a lot of different techniques.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like safe press is probably one of my least favorite presses. But I'm like, that looked so freaking cool.
It's just cool.
Safe press is basically just a yoke press.
Yep.
But it looked so freaking cool. The balance is insane. And I think it would just be an awesome pressing event to have it right here.
All right, so there's two.
Okay.
Axle ladder, press medley.
I would say 13-inch deadlift for reps.
Okay.
Love that. Don't know why. It used to be my least favorite one, but it's my biggest PR on deadlifts was 725 for 7 on that with no suit. So I'm like, okay, we like this a lot.
Cool.
That's 3.
And your back throw?
I'm actually gonna leave that out. That was more of a joke because that used to be my only claim to fame that I never did good at in comp. Murdered it in training. Actually, you know what? Sandbag toss for max height.
Yeah,
not keg.
Cool.
Not keg. Hate the keg. Don't know why I can't figure out the keg. We had I trained at a facility in Chicago and we measured the ceiling and it was a 30-foot ceiling and I hit the ceiling with a 30-pound bag.
Cool.
I also freaking did the light pole at Dungeon 1.0, which I believe was almost 30 feet.
I think we kind of guessed.
It was like 28, 30 feet,
like
and
that.
I did it with a 30-pound bag. So I'm like, I love max height.
Cool.
Give me max height.
That's 4.
Is that 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna give the 5th, and as my coach, I want you to give the 6th based off what you've seen in training. The 5th, I'm gonna say Stone Series.
Okay.
I want to do 8 stones.
Sick. Yeah, so it's more that like aerobic fitness.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to be like I don't want to start at 250, but like 300, 320, 340, 360, 380, 400, 420, 440.
Cool. That's
like
fun.
Go 20-pound jobs. Make it like a lung burner.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. Like I think I could probably with training. I think I could probably load a 475, 500-pound stone. It would take a minute, but I also freaking think that a lot of these dudes who can lift a 500-600-pound stone would die.
It's very conditioning heavy. Show.
Yeah, I love conditioning heavy. I love conditioning heavy. And then as my coach, I'd like you to pick the 6th.
Let's go 6th. If ever going to do a heavy arm over arm, not a speed based one because your turnover fucking sucks.
Lucas Hatton.
Your technique isn't great at it, but a heavy arm over arm, I think you would do well at more than like a speed based one.
What did we do on the turf at 1.0 when it was you, me, and thumb training?
I don't remember.
I think me and Lucas got up to. Actually, I'm going to call out Levi Strong for a second because me and Lucas thought we were hot shit. I remember it now because he did 150 pounds more than us. Me and Lucas did like 1850 on turf with a sled for arm over arm, and we were hyped. And then Levi decides that he's going to go do 2,000 pounds on fucking gravel.
It is a cooler number.
That was on gravel, dude.
That was nasty.
I remember watching that in training, and I had posted my arm over arm saying, and granted, don't get me wrong, at that point in time, me and Lucas were like neck and neck because he had gotten so much better arm over arm. The only thing holding it back was his finger at that point because he had dislocated it or something. And we were hyped. We did like 1850 for 50 feet in like 17 seconds. We were geeking. And then Levi does. I posted some
shut down.
I posted something super douchey on my caption. I was like, "Who wants some?"
Me.
And Levi. I think Levi's caption was literally after fucking 2K. I want some, big boy. And I'm like, you
dude,
and
filthy.
It was the next day.
Yep.
So I guarantee he wasn't even in his training. He just went and did it.
It's like okay.
That's talk about the biggest genetic freak I've ever seen in my life.
Rude.
Oh, dude.
All right, follow up. I'm not going to make you do a whole show, but 3 events that you would be the least excited about.
Log press, clean and press away.
Yeah.
I hate it. If you, I shit you not, dude. If you put a 335 log in front of us and said, okay, we're going to go press away, I might get 3. If you do clean and press every rep, I would probably get 5 to 6.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Breathing is hard. Breathing is hard.
Stability is hard.
Log clean and press away. At least for right now, the big jerk.
Okay.
Never done it.
Just new.
I've always been horrible at behind the neck. Obviously, mobility. My shoulders are absolutely shot from years of ball. And any kind of squat.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love squatting. I think squatting is so freaking fun, but especially as we get deeper into prep, if there's not a squat in the show, like we just did it a week ago, squats almost basically totally come out just because from my knee surgeries, it's just knees get shot. So
it just wrecks you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Final question. Oh, it's a new one. All right.
That just sounds violent.
Dude.
The shaking in the canister sounds
I don't think you can hear it.
Sounds so intimidating.
All right. Oh, this one I have mixed feelings about because I love the smell and it's so,
I thought you were going to break your
sharp.
When you posted the video on your Instagram, dude, I thought you were going to break your headrest. Dude, with how hard your head shot back.
It's aggressive. It smells so nice though. Okay, so final question.
Spilled everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, not doing that.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, Dylan's a client of mine, and I know that you love everything that I've ever programmed for you. But what are the 3 least favorite things I've made you do?
Oh, Jesus. When you program shit that is triple supersets, and she says, there's no rep scheme. Or sorry, there's a rep scheme. I'm like, how many rounds? And she purposely did not write the rounds in. And she goes, just go for 20 minutes. And I'm like, what does that mean? She goes, as many rounds as you can do in 20 minutes. It's great when she's not here. But I got her back about a week ago when she had sandbag step-ups and sandbagged the shoulder. That was revenge because if she's in the gym while I'm doing that, she will stop whatever she's doing and she will sit there and go, come on, you can do it. And it slowly just gets more passive-aggressive.
Because you have self-admittedly half-assed your cardio and conditioning shit when your coach isn't around. You said that. You admitted that to that yourself. You've done this to yourself.
It's on video now, too. You said 3 things?
3 things.
Okay, so that's 1.
Unless you've loved everything else.
The learning curve for your warm-ups. Like I've never been drenched in sweat during a non-physical warm-up. Like with
like body weight shit?
Yeah. Dude, Running Man's, T-Spine cars, like I am soaked. Like legitimately like drenched in sweat. It is horrendous. But I also feel freaking amazing when the workout starts.
Weird.
That's always been my weird like contraception with like warm-ups is I don't want to get too fatigued before I even start freaking lifting. But I'm like, I would be so good if I just did the shit I was supposed to do.
Weird.
Crazy concept. Third thing. Stone of Steel.
You have I would say a love-hate relationship.
I have a hate relationship with Stone of Steel. Stone of Steel, I used to be my jam. Used to be my jam when I was first starting on Strongman. The only thing I hate about it is how technical the fucking loading is.
Yeah.
Like
it is a pain.
I did it like 2 weeks ago and we were doing like 275 and it was a joke. An absolute joke. And then tried to go to 3 and it was misloaded by like I want to say 1 or 2 inches top heavy and could not get it off the ground because it kept wanting to roll out of my hands. Granted, I might just be a weak bitch, but like
have you tried being stronger?
I'm gonna quote somebody. We both heard this quote 1,000 times. Just do better.
Yeah, just do better. Have you tried not being a bitch?
That's the one that haunts my dreams. Nightmares.
It is a good training tool though, especially even if you're training for Atlas stones, it makes you do shit.
Actually,
right?
Let me rephrase. We had a miscommunication on this. I thought I was
leaning back.
Oh shit. I thought I wasn't allowed to use any spray tack, any tacky towel, any chalk. So I'm just raw dogging this Stone of Steel like fucking harder than I'm raw dogging life right now.
That's hard.
And I'm feeling if you've never tried to grip a Stone of Steel without anything, it is not a good time. It is not. It's like trying to pick up glass. It is not a good time.
You're playing on hard mode.
And then when it's freaking lopsided and top heavy, and you're trying to, we were doing extensions with a pause, and hand replacement. I'm getting my Stone of Steel to here, and it's starting to roll in my hand because most of the weight is put out in front where the stone's positioned. Because I had to put it a certain way, or else it was going to keep rolling all over the place. I go to pick it up, and I sit there, and I'm like, no, what's going? Don't get me wrong. I've loaded a 400-pound stone like it's nothing. Stone loading for me is not hard. It's that last bit of extension from like here to my T-spine just cracked.
That's part of the problem. We're working on it.
We've been doing T-spine cars religiously.
It's getting better.
They suck so bad.
They're good for you.
They suck so bad. But no, stone of steel. 100% stone of steel.
That's fair. It does suck. Nice. All right. That's a wrap. That's all the questions I've got.
Fuck yeah.
Dylan, where can people find you?
Actually, you know what? I can say that now because my Instagram is family friendly again. That's all you're getting on that. Just at thorgains.94 on Instagram.
All right. And I'll tag that below so you know where to find Dylan if you want to give him a follow. Follow along with his Rainier prep and beyond. So
taking on new clients as we speak.
Yes, he also is a coach here, so hit him up. And that's a wrap on episode 3. Big thanks to Zone Smelling Salts, of course, for providing the lineup for today.
I don't know if I would say thank you.
I would say thank you. I had a great time.
You're under contract. You have to say thank you.
I did all of them, so I feel great.
I missed what, 2? I missed the last 2.
I think it was just 2. It was the just the last 2
for scientific purposes.
Yep. He's got to train today. He has a pass. Yeah, of course, check
God.
them out. Use my code Murray10 if you're going to buy anything. As far as the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. It really helps me out as an athlete, helps the channel grow, helps me do more cool things for you guys. And I'll see you next time.
Last bit of the day. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, my favorites are
from today's lineup.
From today?
Yeah.
Those 2.
The
blueberry pie and the new caramel apple one, actually.
I'm not going to lie. I think I did the first 6.
Mm-hmm.
First 6 all sucked. But I will say the one that made me feel most like I could run through a wall was the one that I hated the most. That was the menthol.
Really? A lot of people like that one. That one, most people feel like it's like smoother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A lot of people like that one.
I blame Austin Andrade for that one because I watched him and Nick do that one on their YouTube channel.
Oh, I saw that.
And
that was cool.
and seeing, if you've never met Austin, he is a gargantuan of a human being who you look like you could probably shoot him twice in the chest and they would just bounce off. So seeing him wince like that, I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible.
Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, if you want to check those out, blueberry, caramel apple, and the frost are the favorites of the day. So thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.
Disrespect the impossible.
Cheesy. Cool.